Hey guys, welcome to Castle Legends. Just thought I'd show you part one of a build for a customer. Basically, this is a commission for a slime, a sponsored slime school bus. So they had asked me to, you know, come up with a school bus based on their design. And I thought I had this school bus in my collection, and it actually is it's a good candidate basically. It's a plastic school bus. I was trying to figure out how I'm going to go about the whole plan, but I started the disassembly and just basically taking everything apart and seeing what I've got here to work with, which is basically the three main pieces. But this is the diagram, the drawings that I got from from the follower, and I thought, okay, I can do something like this. And since it's a plastic bus, by far it's a lot easier to be able to cut the roof. And so I began by shortening or taking the inside where the windows were all blacked out, clipped off the pieces, and it got it lowered and made it look like this. I thought, at first my thinking was I was going to build a platform on top of it, and that was the best place to start. So then I knew that the roof had to come apart, so got in the garage and got out my trusty cutting, my Dremel and the cutting wheel. So proceeded to cut along the lines that I'd laid out. I drew some lines on the side, and kind of matched it up with what I was doing there. Yeah, and when using a Dremel tool, you want to be you just take your time. Don't let it go too deep because it'll bind the cutting wheel, and it will probably break on you. So and actually, in fact, this one was my second cutting wheel. I kind of broke. I had one that was already broken from doing what I just said, and then I put another one on and broke it immediately. So anyways, so sometimes they're very flimsy, but yeah, got the roof apart, and this is pretty much how it looks. And I just kind of rub off some of the shavings. I knew that I was going to file it down as well somewhat. Gonna probably leave it a little rough, just because when you paint it, it's got to look like somebody in real life cut it with something. So this is the end result. Got the roof off. I was thinking they want a bulldozer in the front, so I thought, well, maybe I might use the roof for part of the bulldozer, but I'm not really sure just yet. So this is me trying to figure out how to make a floor. What I've been doing now is using cardstock to basically template, any kind of new piece that's going to go into a vehicle. So I got basically just trace around the sides and try to get the general shape of what I'm going to work with and how far the floor is going to be. And as you can see also too, I drew the doorway entrance that's going to go in there. When it's all done, it's going to look something like that. Okay, so I got the floor mocked up, and also just kind of, this is where I guess the main entrance to the front of the vehicle is going to be. Now for the floor, I decided, I don't know, I was thinking, maybe it should have been a metal floor, but for the purposes of, in the fun of modeling, I thought I'd make a wooden floor. So I just got some popsicle sticks, and I took my I guess I took my template that I already had made as my guide, and proceeded to just get some glue. This is the just standard wood glue. I hadn't used it in a while, so as you can see, the top of the lid was, or the opening of the bottle was pretty cruddy and nasty. So got that all cleaned up, and took a moment to get the glue down. But once I got that all kind of ready to go, I just put a nice little blob of glue in the center, spread it around. If you've ever done any kind of wood laminate in wood shop, it's basically the same idea. Only I didn't bother really putting too much glue in between each piece. I put a little bit, but this is all just going to be glued to the cardboard, so it's going to have plenty to bond. Okay, and so once that's all set aside, and you just you want to get it to dry, you just kind of lay it down and put some weight on it. I just basically use my glue bottle, and actually I ended up using my pliers as well. Just to put some extra weight on it. Then I clipped off the ends very carefully, and I mean carefully so I didn't wreck it. But and then I kind of mocked it up on the inside to see how it would look. So now I moved on to building, the sides of the model as per, the customer's, overall design. I wanted to make sure that it was going to look right in terms of what they were looking for. And, I had this drywall screening in the house that I've been using for some other projects as well. So I thought it would be good for this as well. Okay, so after I got all the mesh screening done, it was time to go back to, looking at the floor. I decided, that the original black piece that I snipped off, like I lowered at the very beginning of the video, wasn't going to fit in here. I was going to try to use all the stock pieces, but the floor was going to be too high. It's going to take a lot of extra modification that I didn't really need to do, and so I basically just hot glued it in place. I wanted to make sure that the stop sign was still functional, the way it was stock. So I got that. I put that back inside and make sure it moves. It actually moves a lot better than it did before because it's a little more firm, and I'm going to do something with that stop sign as well, probably. You make it into a weapon. So this is me building the top area of the model, just kind of layering it up and getting ready to add some guns to it. But so far, this is the end result, or at least part one of this project. And hope you guys like the progress so far. Feel free to make some comments in the section below, and thank you for stopping by.